This is TNA, top-notch audio. Get ready for some laughs as we introduce you to some stories from r/slash idontworkherelady. And this story is posted by u/whisperless_void. Karen recognizes me from a job I stopped working at over a year prior. One day after work, I stopped by the local pet superstore where all the pets go in order to get some more litter for my two cats. This particular location has a station where you can refill your own jugs with the store brand litter at a discount if you buy one of their containers first. I have a Maine Coon mixes, so I buy in bulk when I can and have 3 empty jugs in my cart and a 4th in my hand that I was refilling with litter. It's at this point that I hear a woman clear her throat. It was cold season, so a lot of people were doing that, and became vaguely aware of an older woman getting closer to me. I just moved closer to the bin so she could pass behind me if she needed to, finish up with the first jug, and move on to the second. This was apparently the wrong thing to do as the woman huffs at me. "Where are the poop scoops?" I stop what I'm doing and glance around, thinking that maybe she had spoken to an employee that was stocking shelves or something. But nope, she's scowling right at me. It was early in the afternoon in the middle of the week, so there weren't many employees in the store yet. Whatever, no big deal. I have a vague idea where things are since they remodeled the store. I take a second to glance down the aisle I'm standing next to and relieved to see the litter boxes. I reflexively give her a customer service smile and gesture down the aisle. They are at the end of this aisle, against the wall. Karen doesn't bother to thank me as she moves closer to the aisle and looks down it before huffing again. "Those ones are too small. I need a big one." I realize at this point she means the dog shovel scoops things. I shrug and move on to my third litter container. Well, I only have cats, so I don't know where the dog stuff is now that they remodeled the store, but you should probably ask an employee. "But you're an employee. I see you here all the time." I should probably point out that I work in an office and was dressed in black trousers, heels, and a green patterned blouse with a small purse hanging off the shoulder facing Karen. The employees here wear sneakers, jeans, and either a red or blue t-shirt with the company name and logo in big white letters on the front and back of the t-shirt. I have 2 large cats, so they go through litter pretty fast, so I'm here on almost a weekly basis, but I don't work here. "That's a lie. You gave my dog a bath and I've seen you on the registers." It's at this point I'm a little shocked. I had worked in the grooming salon of this particular store for a couple of months, but that was well over a year ago. "I'm sorry, I should clarify. I haven't worked for company name in over a year. They remodeled the store since I was an employee, so I really don't know where they moved the dog shovels to. I believe they were at the front of the store when I worked here, but that area is now where they have the dog food." I finally see an employee approaching, probably drawn to Karen's steadily rising voice, and point him out to Karen, who promptly stomps over to him to complain. I'd finished refilling my jugs, so I pushed my cart towards the registers, only catching part of Karen's complaint about my poor customer service before I tuned the rest out. Funny thing is, I would have helped her find where it had been moved to if she hadn't started talking to me like I was beneath her. Just because you're old, it doesn't give you the right to toss basic manners to the dogs. And this next story is Inside Out. I don't work here? So, when I was 16, I worked at Main Event, which is like a Dave & Buster's. I loved the job so much, even though there were some upper level people in the company that I didn't particularly care for. But most of the managers and supervisors I'm still friends with, and we stay in touch more than a decade later. Truly the best job I've ever worked, and so much fun. It so happened that I had a good radio announcer voice, and so I worked the laser tag area a lot. I would call the next round over the PA system for people to line up, take them in, get them in their vests, go over safety rules, still looking at you, annoying B-Day boy, and generally manage the game. To be clear, there are a lot of kids, and running and falling is an issue. Plus, it's a dark room with backlights and lots of glowing paint, so visibly can be bad and people get disoriented running up ramps and such. The vests slide up, so being there without a vest can be a safety concern. So, one day, I'm out at the desk while another laser tag game is going on inside. I'm friends with the family of the kids in there. I hear over our radio headset that a limousine pulled up outside, so I'm busy getting things ready for what I assume is another large party. As I'm looking at my paperwork, I see this man walks past me to go into the arena. I say, "Excuse me, sir, but there's already a game in progress. If you'd like to buy tickets, I'd be glad to assist you here." The man just looked at me with a total mean-eating face and didn't say a word, and I walked into the front room of the arena where we keep the vests. I come out behind my desk and follow him to stop him. When I go in, he is already opening the door to the arena itself. I tell him, "Sir, you really can't go," and in he goes. Now, the idea had flashed in my mind that maybe he was deaf or something, but he clearly reacted to my voice and made eye contact with me with the look of disgust that I, a lowly employee, would have the nerve to speak to him. So I'm thinking he's just a pissed off parent looking for a kid with no respect for workers. So I, not the person to take stuff from anyone, got on my radio and called security. I know darn well that his kids aren't in there. Our security was uniformed police. They were cool guys, and like me, I guess they knew me well enough to know my voice. I was not messing around, because when I say they came running, they were practically jumping over people to get to me. So I take them in and point the guy out. I wish there wasn't loud music playing because I couldn't hear what was all said as they made hand gestures back and forth at each other and finally pulled the man out of the game. Birthday Kid was trying to shoot the guy, which got a laugh from me, but the police and he were too heated to pay attention. Didn't look like they were taking any BS from this guy. I figured they have it handled, so I walk back out to my desk in case any more customers try and come in, and that is when I see the upper level manager types, the one who never bothered to know my name, come running. I thought the police were fast. These guys had panic all over their face. You would have thought they saw a ghost and they were coming for me. "Has security gotten here yet?" "Yeah," I said. "They're in." Bang! The door to the arena slams open like the dang Kool-Aid man, and out walks the police with this guy, still with that smug face. And the manager runs over to him and starts apologizing to him profusely. This pissed me off. This guy was being a total prick, and they just started treating him like a victim. The police glanced over at me and smiled. Meanwhile, some parents with the party inside the arena had come up to my desk asking what was going on. I told them everything was fine, but this jackass walked in without a ticket, and I filled in the rest of the story for them. I wouldn't have normally gone into detail with customers like that, but I actually knew these people, and I can understand their concern. They became mildly humored by what is going on, but we are all standing there wondering why the managers are talking down the cops and apologizing. The managers come over to me and my guests as well. Turns out I called the cops on the CEO of Main Event. Also turns out that the CEO is known to show up in a limousine. What a prick. I informed the higher-ups that I didn't care who he was not going into that arena when there was a game going. I ended up working there for some time after that, but upper-level people and I never got along. Us lower-level folks all got a kick out of the whole affair, and I still think of that smug-ass face as the police pulled him out. Makes my blood boil. And this next story is posted by u/doomed space seal. Technicians are Copyshop workers now? I am a male, 25-year-old IT system technician in Germany. The company I work for is specialized in printers and copiers. This had happened a couple of months ago. Let me explain the actors of this interaction. SO equals shop owner. Me equals me. Oblivious dipsnot equals the idiot who thought I worked there. And CS equals casual shopper. PO1 equals police officer 1, PO2 equals police officer 2. The following is loosely translated from German. So we got a call from a customer with a problem with a copier in his shop. The customer has a small copy shop, which is not unusual for us. So I got the ticket and packed my stuff together to drive to the customer and fix the issue that he is having with the copier. As I arrive, SO tells me what is wrong with the machine and I get to work. The problem with the machine is that he has installed a wrong toner cartridge into the system and is not accepting that he did so. I had to disassemble half of this thing. As I do that, I have one earbud in so I can have a little fun working on the system and so I can concentrate a little better, but I have the other ear free to hear anything out of order or directed at me. So I'm 30 minutes into disassembly and a regular dude walks equals CS in cargo shorts, Hawaii shirt, and sunglasses. Right after him, the chaos came in. Oblivious dipsnot or OD, walked right up to me and the following combo ensued. OD, hey there, can I have a sec of your time? Me, sure, what do you need? OD, I want to have some files that I have on my USB stick printed and I want one of them printed on a canvas. Me, sorry, I don't work here. I'm just a technician and I'm fixing this. OD, no, I don't think you catch me. I need this printed like yesterday. So chop chop. Me, wait a sec. Like I told you just a second ago, I don't work here. I am OD. Do you think I'm blind or something? You are in a copy shop playing with a copier and think I can't put two and two together? You have to work here. Narrator chiming in. I have to inform you, dear reader, we don't have a work uniform because we are a small company and we are dressed pretty casually. I was wearing blue jeans and a black shirt. Me. SO, you have customers. SO, I'll be right there. OD, man, I have to tell SO that he has to fire you because of your attitude. You are so rude to your customers. Me, going back to my work and tiddling my head to my left so I can see the back of the system. As I said, I don't work here. As I do that, he notices the earbud in my left ear and goes to town on me. He basically yelled at the top of his lungs. OD, do you think this is funny that you can have earbuds in while working and talk crap to me, you little dipsnot? How old are you anyway? You can't be older than 17. I just shaved the day before. You can't just pretend to play with a copier and expect me to believe that you don't work here. You can't be here on your own. Me, just ignoring him by this time. I just do my work. Please don't bother me. This is a very delicate machine, and I have to concentrate on what I'm doing. OD, babbles some kind of threat of getting me fired, which I ignored. SO, good day. What can I do for you? OD, you can fire this guy. He points at me, and I call the police because you are a child laborer. SO, confused. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. OD, you have to fire this kid. SO, but he doesn't work here, so I can't fire him. He is from an external company that sells and fixes printers and copiers. So what can I do for you? OD, that is, you just want to chide him? You will hear from me. He storms out of the shop. SO standing there with his mouth open, just dumbfounded, including the CS. SO, what the heck was that? CS, I have no idea what his mission was. Me, he thought I worked here because I'm fixing a copier. CS and SO were talking about the incident for about 5 minutes, and CS placed his order. After about 5 more minutes, the police stopped in front of the shop, and I saw OD creepily looking around a nearby house corner. The police came into the shop and asked what had happened because they were called because of a child laborer and that the caller had been threatened to get his snot kicked in if he didn't leave. We, the 3 grown men, explained the situation to the 2 officers, and they didn't really understand why the caller had called in the first place. To all our surprises, the OD came into the shop again yelling and screeching that, oh God, the police is here, and this shop has to be shut down. PO1, sir, can I have your name, please? Were you the one who called us? OD, yes, I was the one. Name is, generic German name. PO1, so what is the issue here? OD, he is too young to work here, points at me again, and he is really just a brat because he insulted me. PO2 looks at me. Me? How old are you? Me, I'm 25 years old, sir. OD, he's lying, look at him. Me, how could I lie if I'm here by car and my company is literally 100 kilometers away? PO2, can I see your ID and your license, please? Me, sure. Pull out wallet and show it to him. PO2, all clear, he doesn't lie. OD, these have to be fake. PO1, so, and what was that about, the threat? OD, the SO threatened to kick my snot if I don't leave the store. PO1, SO, is that the truth? SO, nope, this is not true. I can show you that this is not true. PO1, PO2, and especially OD look surprised at that. SO, this location is covered by CCTV, It's not only for show. OD, this is not legal to film me without my consent. PO1, actually, this is perfectly fine because he has a warning sign on the door. SO takes a little monitor and little speakers from under the counter and set them on it. Scrolled a little click a couple of times to the time the two men came into the shop. The whole convo I wrote about was played back. OD was red from anger, and I think he wanted to sink into the ground. OD turned on his heels and wanted to run out of the shop, but the door stopped him because he didn't remember that the door swings inward and slammed against it. The officers then scooped him up and put him into cuffs. They watched the rest of the playback and asked us all, including the CS, if we wanted to press charges for harassment, in which I and the two others declined. He was charged with slander and misusing the distress call. I finished my work and had a good laugh afterwards with SO and CS, who stayed and drank a coffee. I told my coworkers and my bosses, and they burst out laughing. The OD got 1 year probation because of the charges the police had against him. This has been TNA Top Notch Audio. 3 fantastic stories. Glad I had a chance to share these with you. Definitely comment, like, subscribe for sure, and have yourselves an amazing day.